just took my largest loss on a single trade that I've ever taken. But I'm totally fine with it actually, and that is because one, it was a A+ setup. I was very specific of how I executed it, but as you can see, and I'll show you the executions, I literally got stopped out to the precise low tick, and then it rips up to my target. So my confidence isn't really shaken because the model did play out perfectly, and I can see exactly what I was looking for. And the reason I sized into this trade with more size than usual is because I recognized it and I had very high conviction in it. Now, there are a few things I could have done a lot differently to have executed it better, obviously. And also, I did have a bit of FOMO up here, so I got in a bit early. And you can see that I took profits a few times, re-entered a few times, and in the end, this was the invalidation, this swing low. We came down and made practically perfect equal lows of it, but usually when backtesting, the lower portion of this area doesn't quite get reached. So I had my stop loss sitting just above the low, and as you can see, we got right down to that low tick, and I can even show you on the 1 second time frame. So if I go to 1 second, I'll show you that exact stop out. We can find it. I have to turn on executions on this one as well. But the overall, the loss was a very significant portion of my accounts, both in the personal and then also on two new phase 1 5K challenges. It was such a clean trade that I was like, okay, I'm going to put these trades on, put it on with full size, see how we go. But if you look at this is the area down here. If we zoom in, like this is absolute precision. You can't get any better than this. This is like I'm almost proud of this. I'm going to print this out, put it on my wall. But if you look at the low of this candle, it tells you up in this area here. The low is 5,282.28. And if I look at my executions, 5,282.28. And then the other one was just above that. I executed this on two different accounts. So overall, the total with all the executions across the two accounts came to a total loss of 268 USD, which is very significant for me at the moment. Well, it's a week's wages from my current job, and I've only just got this job, so the fact that I can just work and make the money back also is really nice because like previously I've been like had no job for quite a while, and whenever I took a big loss, it felt insurmountable. But now I'm like, okay, I can just go and I can work, make the money back. And the biggest takeaway from this, and the reason why I'm actually excited about it rather than upset, is one, my model works, and two, I was perfectly okay. I was very comfortable with swinging the bat hard. So I was very comfortable with putting on very big size. I mean, risking 268 USD on a single trade. That's not something I've done previously. Like in the past, if I've had a really good trade idea that I've been super confident in and things, maybe I'll risk maximum $30 or something. And then in general, I've just been micro scalping, with really small size in a kind of a really lame fashion. But in this particular instance, I got to the charts. I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. We've got the original consolidation, first stage, second stage, squeeze reversal type framework with a instant reversal after the 10 a.m. candle. I can go over this briefly as well, but everything was there. I recognized it. I was like, okay, I'm going to put on size. And when I took the loss, I was like, that is what it is. This is the process said that this is how I should execute. I executed as best as I knew how, given my process, and it just didn't quite work out this time. But had I made these little tweaks to incorporate this type of situation, then this would have been a massive winner. Also, being a little bit more patient with the entries. The reason I got it up here is because the entry signal, if we go to the 5 minute real quick, the entry signal is this particular candle's closure. So we're measuring out that 10 a.m. candle. That's that 1 hour candle on the from 10 a.m. that dropped down. We reverse straight back up. When we displace through the midpoint of that range and get both one and then a second 5 minute candle closure, that is the entry signal and indicates that we should not return back to beyond the impulse origin, which is essentially the area that displaced away from where trapped traders would reside. And that being trapped traders, anyone who's trying to go short, they're going to be selling in this area. And then this is the location that got that displacement away from the area. So the idea is that if we're going to squeeze higher, which is what this trade is, it's a squeeze theme trade, we should not take out this low. It came so close though, and the reason why I was kind of second guessing it as well is because after that impulse, we actually did hit a swing high, a impulse high, which gave us this reaction. However, you'll notice that this isn't even visible on the 5 minute time frame. And generally, if we're squeezing against a significant move like this, it's going to want to reach for at least a 5 minute swing high, which we still have not yet hit. Not sure exactly what's going to happen right here. We might actually reverse from here, might not. Not too worried about that, but yeah, just wanted to go over this really briefly. And one of the key signatures for this, and this is a really powerful signature, we have the original consolidation done here. And I can recognize it simply because we've got a long wick. We then close beyond the midpoint of that wick and instantly reverse back up. We then put an intermediate term low, becomes first stage, retracement. So we're looking for second stage, and second stage results in those very extended price legs. We play our second stage, have 1, 2, 3 drives, and now have sold back off. So a potential reversal pattern back here. There is quite interesting to see. Also, this is the 12 o'clock low. That is a flat bodies candle. The last thing I'll mention, and then I'll finish this video. Right here, silver was looking very strong, and we actually did end up getting SMT there as well. But silver looks very bullish right at this moment. The other key thing to note is that in this area here, you'll see on the 15-minute time frame, if we zoom in, we're running above these highs and rejecting lower. We did that multiple times. So I was watching that, I was thinking, okay, this is not looking too good. That's why I was taking those partials. Same thing happened down here on the 5-minute time frame. If I zoom into this area, you can see that up in this area here, we weren't closing above any highs. So every time we broke the high, we just wicked above it and failed to close up there. So it wasn't a valid order block for me to move my stop below. We then sell off, and then you can see the same thing happening here. We've got a impulse high, we're just wicking above it, and this was kind of like the line in the sand. If this doesn't work, it's going down. Sells off, reverses, and then you can see a beautiful order block that gets confirmed right after the 1500 open, and that sends us higher. But that'll do for this video, just a really quick one. Looking at this trade, biggest loss so far on a single trade. Not my biggest losing day, but my biggest loss on a single trade. But I've got an enormous amount of confidence that I'm able to size up when it matters. And that is exactly where I need to be. And I think this lesson / loss, although expensive, is going to enable me to get to that next level.